What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another wonderful episode, a fun-sized edition of He Got Game. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of game, we are playing the game that coined the damn phrase in the first place, basketball. So we're gonna shut up and get right to the business. Well, I mean, we ain't gonna shut up necessarily, we'll do some conversing along the way. All right, so if you watched my table tennis episode, then you might have heard me mention how some sports games in VR, some of them nail it. Some of them really give you the sense that you're in the game. Whereas others, they try to simulate the game and it just doesn't feel as natural. Doesn't mean that, they didn't give it a college try, but it's just some of the mechanics of the game just aren't translating well from real life to virtual. And as you can tell with this game, you might be able to see immediately. That is the case with this game, okay? Now let's talk about the good side first, all right? The good side is, believe it or not, there are not that many basketball games in VR. As a matter of fact, I do believe that this is technically the first official game that's in VR, right? So, unprecedented territory. They're trying. This is new. So there we go. Beautiful shot. So probably gonna be the only shot today. But yeah, they're trying. This is new. And go to the other side. But they're figuring it out. And that's the beauty of this. That this is just the start of something amazing. Because eventually somebody is going to figure this formula out completely, master it. Who knows? It might be this team. It might be. But eventually, this will end up becoming the game that we all know and love. And yeah, we won't be able to get us off our figure. Okay. We'll be balling out even in the rain or in today's case, the snow. But yeah, right now, the shooting mechanics. So let's talk about the good, all right? One of the first good things about the game is that you can dribble, okay? The only comparison a video game that tried to simulate basketball is Wii Sports, okay? This was around, I think, I want to say 2009, somewhere around there, okay? But there was a game called Wii Sports, and that was one of the few games, no, that was the only game where you could play basketball on there, and there were actual motion controls that you use to shoot the ball. And to this day, that is the best implementation of shooting a ball in a game. Like, it felt so natural. And it was easy to get down to, right? This game tries to simulate that, but once again, it's the actual shooting mechanic. It's something's off with it. Like, it doesn't feel as natural. But as I was mentioning though, one of the good sides about this is just just the fact that it exists in the first place, right? Besides this is Wii Sports, the fact that they're actually trying to do this in the space, because dude, like, this is what VR needs. Like, you get this going good VR, and bruh, now you got something. Like, I go as far as to say, you get a really good implementation of this, and this could potentially be a system seller. Like, especially me, you know, I'm a huge basketball buff, so this would be right up my alley. But you can dribble on here. That's one of the upsides this game has, right? And Wii Sports, you couldn't dribble on that game. You literally just shot the ball. You could block, but you just shot the ball. That was it. You can tell. I'm dribbling the ball, and it doesn't feel 100% natural, right? But it's better than what it could be. It could be worse. It could be worse. Let me just tell you that. So I'll take it. But I think that's actually one of the reasons why the shooting mechanic doesn't feel as natural, just because of the dribbling mechanic. Because I think what's happening is when you grab a ball, right? What happens is when it senses that you've kind of threw the ball, like you threw the controller, you thrust the controller, let's say that, then it takes that as a dribble. Like, I'm thinking it's using that same dribble mechanic, but instead using it for, but you're dribbling it to the goal, basically, right? And that's where the contradiction comes into play, because that's not how you shoot in actual basketball. Everybody knows, as you can tell when I was first shooting, right? There's an arcing motion. Damn, I shot that one outside of the gym. But yeah, there's an arcing motion, and that's what this game isn't doing, right? When I shoot using that arcing motion, it doesn't feel natural. I have no idea of how much power I'm putting on the ball or whatnot. I don't have a good sense of how far. Like, when I was playing the table tennis game, every shot I had a sense of how hard I was hitting that ball, or how soft I was hitting that ball. That sensation is absent in this game, right? But yeah, the good news is that you can dribble. You know, you can play this. This is a multiplayer game, so you can play this with your friends online, right? So that's something. You can move. You can actually move, right? In the game space, so you can play full court basketball. Once again, something else that Wii Sports didn't even implement. It's probably going to be chaotic as hell, but you know, hey, it's something. And you can lay up the ball, man. If you figure out how to do it right, you can lay the ball up. I think throughout this whole video, I only landed that 1-3. Yeah, look, 3 points on the board. That's the only shot I made today. I can't even make a layup. Oh, man. It's crazy. This is crazy. But yeah, man, this is gym class. This is gym class. And there is supposed to be another basketball game coming to the Oculus platform later down the line. So I will definitely be keeping my eyes and ears locked on that, because, man, the day that we get a naturally feeling basketball game, a game that really gets me going, then I'll just be adding that to my workout regimen, man. So, that'll be easy. I'm gonna work on this shot. Y'all hear the clock. Time to ran out on me. Shot clock to ran out on me. So I gotta get up out of here. Oh, that was the closest shot. All right, y'all. Till next time.